Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over literally every book I own but have not read. So, this isn't even that bad. Like, this is doable. Like, I could read all these this year. Let me stop. Okay, we're just gonna jump into this because I don't want this video to be too long. Do I have a problem? Maybe, but it's honestly not that bad. Once you see the amount, let me count how many it is actually, because it's not even that many. 1 second. It's 22 books. It's not even that bad, but I'm going on a trip this weekend to the infamous book warehouse where they have a ton of sales. So we're gonna do this while my physical TBR is small because I feel like I'm going to come back with like at least 12 books. Even though I shouldn't, but I have no self-control, so we're gonna jump right into this. So number one, literally sitting right here in front of me, is Addicted to You. I bought this book maybe like a few months ago and I really wanted to read it. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've wanted to read other things. So I've been putting it off. Why? I don't know. It's just so many things that came out that I wanted to read instead, so I haven't got to this yet, but I'm still interested in it and I'm still interested in the series. I just haven't gotten around to this yet, but hopefully I will soon. That's literally all I can say, and I feel like I'm about to say that 1,000 times because there's just so many books that I want to read. This is Happiness Falls by Angie Kim. Literally, this cover is so pretty. I don't know what this book is about. I bought it from my local library. It was like $1.50 maybe. Maybe it was just $1, but isn't this cover just so pretty? I forget what it's about, so I will be going into this book blind eventually. It's giving like fall, so that's why I've been kind of putting it off though. It's giving fall to me, and I think it might be like sort of mystery. Yeah, it might be like mystery thriller vibes. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Please don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's giving fall, so I'm kind of just waiting for the right time to read this because I don't think it's right now. So that's why I haven't read this one. But look at this. The dust cover is pretty. Oh my gosh, why can't I open it? But look at this color. Like, I don't know. I think that's cute. So yeah, this is Happiness Falls. I just haven't read it yet because it doesn't seem like the right time. Because I'm in my romance bag heavily this summer. I don't know what that's about because I'm usually not a romance girl, but I've been only wanting to read romance back to back to back, and it's been a problem. So there's that. I've been wanting to get into fantasy, hence this book, Cruel Prince. But I think this is just a fall read for me too. Like, I think I'm just gonna have to wait until like August, September, October to read this because there's so many romances I want to finish in the summer. So that's why I've been putting this off. I actually got this recently, not even a month ago, I don't think. So it hasn't been on my physical TBR for too long, but I really want to get into this, but I feel like I'm gonna have to wait till fall. So we'll see, because it is on like my immediate TBR. I do want to get it or read it as soon as possible. I just haven't gotten into it yet, so yeah. If I don't get into it this summer, definitely in the fall though. Next is Anna and the French Kiss. Anna and the French Kiss, I don't know, but I wanted to read this book this summer. I got this book months ago and I wanted to read it this summer. I just haven't gotten around to it. It hasn't caught my attention. Like I said, so many things came out this summer. I've been wanting to read other things. So will I get to this summer? I don't know, but I feel like I could read this whenever. But it's a romance book, so I kind of wanted to read it in the summer, but we'll see because I don't even know at this point. Next I have The Secret Messenger. You can't even see. The Secret Messenger by Mandy Rabotham. I hope I say her name right because if I don't, that's kind of crazy. This is just kind of like a historical fiction type vibe, and I'm into that type vibe, so I picked it up from my library. It was like 50 cents, and I want to read it because it reminds me of, or the synopsis reminds me of The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, which I read and I loved. So I want to read this one and see if I like another author from the same type genre-ish situation. Thank you for listening. I got this at my library for like 50 cents, so yeah. Also picked it up because Haley Pham had read it, so I believe this book is about a girl with the podcast. Hence, thank you for listening. Can I talk? So yeah, that's honestly about it. I don't know when I'm gonna get to this, but hopefully, I'm gonna say hopefully soon for all of them, but I don't know when, honestly. So yeah, I don't know if this is a romance or like what happens. I just know she has a podcast, so there's the vibes on that. I had The Color of Water by James McBride. I also have Deacon King Kong by James McBride. I got both of these books from my local library for like 50 cents. But I picked him up because he's a black author, and I feel like I don't read enough black authors or enough books with like black characters, and I want to get into that because I'm black, if you didn't know. So I picked these up because I want to get into him and see what he's all about. Plus, these books have like pretty high ratings on Goodreads, so yeah, Goodreads doesn't lie. So I'm looking forward to these. Don't know when I'll pick these up because, like I said, there's just so many things on my TBR, but these are by the same person, and I'm actually excited to read this one. I think this is kind of like biography, autobiography type situation. I'm not sure, maybe memoir, and then this one's just a fiction book by him. So that's the vibes on those. Hopefully get to them eventually. Next, I have 13 Reasons Why. This I got from the library for like 50 cents, but I got it not really to read. I got it because I saw the series and I thought it just looked cool on like my bookshelf eventually. So yeah, maybe I'll read it, but I don't know. The series, well, let me say, season 1 was like good, and then the rest like fell off. So I haven't seen like all the seasons to date. I've only seen season 1, and I don't think I'm gonna watch the rest of it, but I just got the book because I saw the show. So I don't really have any plans on reading this. I just think it would be nice to have on my bookshelf if I ever did. So next is Love Letters to the Dead. I don't know how I feel about this, y'all. Don't know when I'm gonna read it, but if I did end up reading it, probably in the fall. I don't even remember what it's about. Got it from the library. It's for like 50 cents. The cover was cool, so we might get into it eventually, but right now I don't know. So next I have Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. I'm not a Colleen Hoover girly, y'all. The only book I read by her was Verity, and it was good. It was decent. Like, it was okay, but I don't think I would be a romance girly for Colleen Hoover. I'm just not into her style of writing or what she writes about. What is this one about? I honestly don't know, but it was 50 cents, so I picked it up. Maybe I'll read it, maybe I won't, maybe I'll give it away. I don't know. I'm just not a Colleen Hoover girl. Like, and that stupid commercial for If It Ends With Us, that commercial for the movie comes up on every single ad on YouTube. I swear it's like back to back to back. It don't matter what kind of video I'm watching, who I'm watching, that commercial is coming on without a doubt, and it drives me mad. It drives me insane. I'm so sick of seeing that commercial. So if somebody can make it stop, please, I'm begging you. I don't want to see it anymore. Next I have A Man Called Ove by Frederick Backman. I actually have another book, Anxious People by Frederick Backman. These are by the same person. So yeah, I don't remember what they're about. I've had this one for a while. I recently picked this one up. Both of them are from my local library, so they weren't that much. But I hear a lot about Frederick Backman, a lot of good things about him, so I have these two. I feel like I'm really gonna like this one. I feel like this one's gonna end up being really cute. This one, I don't really remember what it's about, so going in blind. I've never read a book by him, but like I said, Goodreads doesn't lie. He has a lot of good reviews on Goodreads, especially on these two books, so I'm gonna give them a shot and see what everyone's talking about. Hopefully I like them, and hopefully I like Frederick Backman, because I hear a lot of good things about him. Next I have The Maid by Nita Prose. I'm saving this book for the fall, as you can expect. It's like a thriller type book situation. It kind of reminds me of The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, which I've heard a lot about Frida McFadden and how a lot of her books are similar to other books, so that's interesting. I don't really know what's going on because some of her books are so similar to other books that is kind of insane. But I like Frida McFadden, so sue me. But I got this book because it reminds me of The Housemaid, or, you know, same premise, same sort of kind of similar plot situation, I guess, maybe. So I want to read this. When I picked this up from the librarian was like, yeah, that's a good book. Like, tell me what you think about it. I just haven't read it yet, so I haven't been able to give her an update. But she said it was really good, so I am going to take her word for it. I believe her. Next, I have Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. Y'all know how obsessed I was with this book when I finally found it. It took me forever to get my hands on this book because when I originally wanted to get it, they did not have it anywhere. Like, they did not sell it anywhere, and I wanted the original, like, indie covers. I was trying to get it before they changed their covers, but I wasn't able to get my hands on them. And then I was in Barnes one day and I saw this and I had to get it. I was like, forget the indie covers, I have to get it because I want to read it so bad. Yeah, well, I haven't read it yet. That was months ago. But I want to save this for, like, I could read it now very easily, and it's still very high on books I want to read, but I feel like it would slap, absolutely hit, bust down in the winter. So we'll see. But I could get into it whenever, really. I'm kind of nervous for this series because I know once I'm into it, I'm probably going to love it and not want it to end. So that's another reason I've kind of been putting it on the back burner, because I feel like I'm already in love with these characters and I haven't even started reading the book. Just from what I've heard, what I've seen, I feel like I've already fallen in love with the characters and the story and the plot and everything, and I just don't want it to be over already, and I haven't even opened the first book. So that's where we're at for Binding 13. Definitely want to read this before the year is over though, because like I said, I'm pretty much obsessed as it is, but I want to read it. Like, I have to, like, without a doubt. Next is Butcher and Blackbird by Bran Weaver. Hopefully I'm saying her name right. I want to read this book terribly, like so bad. I just haven't for some reason, because it's still very high on my wanna be read type list type situation. I just have so many things going on. Like I mentioned before, I just haven't got to it, but this is still very high, and I do want to read this literally as soon as possible so that I can get into the second one. I don't know if the third one is out already. So if it is, that's kind of crazy, because I swear the second one just came out like a few weeks ago, but it didn't. That was probably like months ago. So I have to get into this so I can literally read the rest of the series. So Butcher and Blackbird gotta get done eventually, ASAP. Next I have Silver Alert by Lee Smith. I honestly picked this book up because this cover is so cute and summery. I looked at the reviews on Goodreads, and it's not like the highest rating, but I still picked it up because it's a short read. So even if I don't love it, it was short, it was cute, and the cover is cute. So at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So pick this up because how could I not? The house is literally pink. Like, please be so for real. So I picked this up. Don't know when I'm gonna read it, but I feel like it would have to be in the summer because look at this cover. So yeah, eventually read this. Super short, easy read. Yeah, got this book. Next I have This Is My America. This book is kind of crazy. I've had this book for years. Okay, I've had this book for like 3-4 plus years. Not even joking. And I have not read it. Like, this is probably the book that's been on my TBR the longest. No, it is. It is a book that's been on my TBR the longest because I've had this book forever. I just haven't read it. I'm pretty sure it's about this girl here, and I forget if it was her dad or her brother. So maybe you should look up the synopsis if you're interested in it, but they're convicted for a crime that I believe they did not do, and she's trying to get them out of jail, I think. I don't really remember. I'm not gonna read the synopsis right now, but if you're interested in this book, you should definitely pick it up because the character's black, and I think the author might be black, but this is by Kim Johnson. Didn't I have another book on here by Kim Johnson? Am I tripping? I'm tripping. I'm tripping. But actually, now that I think about it, I think I forget if it was her brother or her dad, but they're put on death row for this crime they were convicted of that they didn't do, and she's trying to at least get them off death row because they're gonna kill them for something they didn't do. So I'm almost 100% sure. I feel like if you're interested in this, read this book. I want to get to this book especially this year because I've had it for years, but I feel like it would be a nice little read, especially to put things in kind of see things from a different point of view, perspective, America situation. So I have that book. Also have the reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. I just read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the first book, not the whole series. I want to finish the series, but I just read Good Girl's Guide to Murder. The show literally comes out August 1st, and it's July like 20 something today. Actually so excited, but I have this. I'm ready to get into this. I'm just waiting for fall because I feel like it would hit the best in the fall. So I've been kind of saving it, putting it off because I feel like I would love it the most during that time of season, that time of year. Next we have Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. I picked this up mainly because of the cover from my library. Also, look at these edges. Can you see? You probably can't even see, but they're like, I don't even know the right word for them. They kind of look like torn a little bit. If you know the right word, please let me know because I don't know. But yeah, I have this book. I forget what it's about, but I will be reading it probably in the winter, definitely this year. But yeah, pick this bad boy up from the library for like $1. Also got this for the library for like $1, Outlawed by Anna North, and this is a book of the month book. But yeah, pick this up. Definitely want to read it. Forgot what it's about though. So also have the last book actually that I have is The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. I love anything by Kristen Hanna. I love Kristen Hanna in general. Anything she writes, I want to read. I have The Nightingale. I've already read it though. I do want to reread it before the end of the year though, so maybe we'll see. But I love The Nightingale. I loved Four Winds by Kristen Hanna, and now I have The Great Alone. I want to read every single book by this lady. I don't know how she does it, but she does it right and she does it well, and anything she writes I will be reading, I will be buying, I will be purchasing, because I don't know how she does it. I don't know how to explain it, literally at a loss for words. But she writes in a way that makes you feel there. Like I'm literally there. I'm watching her characters. I'm watching this plot play out. And she's really the only one who can make me feel like, oh my gosh, like I'm here. I'm literally watching these characters. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. I hope you know what I mean, because she makes reading feel so magical for me. So I love Kristen Hanna, and I will ride with Kristen Hanna to the day I die, okay? I love her. We'll read everything by her. We'll purchase everything by her. So when I saw this at the library for $1, and it's a hardcover, I had to grab it. I fear nobody understands. I love this lady in her writing and literally everything she does. There's nothing else to say about it because she's that great, that amazing. So yeah, that was a great way to end the video, because I was not that passionate about any other book. Maybe I should read that ASAP. But that's it. That's all the books on my TBR in front of me. I hope you enjoyed today's video because I enjoyed making it. If you liked it, you should subscribe, and if you didn't like it, you should find another video on my channel, subscribe after that one, and I will see you guys next time I post, which will hopefully be soon. Now I have to go put all these books back on the bookshelf, so that'll be so much fun. I will see you guys next time I post. I'm gonna hurry up and get these books on the shelf, because if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it. Okay, bye.